Think of yourself 3 or 4 years ago. What were you like? What were your interests and favorite activities? How do you feel when you think about your younger self? Maybe you squirm a little with embarrassment. Maybe you look back with amusement and think your younger self was pretty cute. Either way, my guess is that you've changed a lot in 3 or 4 years. You're not only taller, you also probably think and act a lot differently than you did back then. But despite all those changes, you're still you. What hasn't changed about you in the past 3 or 4 years? And how does your changing yet stable self affect your friendships? Take a listen.
Kids Ask Dr. Frank!
Hi there, I'm Dr. Eileen Kennedy Moore, also known as Dr. Friendtastic. I'm an author and clinical psychologist based in Princeton, New Jersey. Each week on the Kids Ask Dr. Friendtastic podcast, I answer a question from a kid about making and keeping friends. If you have a question you'd like me to answer, you can send it in at drfriendtastic.com/submit. That's drfriendtastic.com/submit. Let's listen to today's question.
Hi, my name is Charlotte. I'm 11 years old. My question is, how do I fit in by being myself?
Hi, Charlotte. Thanks for sending in this interesting question. To answer your question, we need to break it into 2 parts. Let's start with the end part, which is about being yourself. What do you think that means? What makes you, you? Each of us has a self that's like a sparkly gem with many facets. So your family background and culture are part of who you are. Where you live and who you hang out with, what you like or dislike doing, what makes you feel scared or curious or annoyed. These are all aspects of you. But unlike a gemstone, you are constantly growing and changing. So every time you learn something or gain new abilities or have new experiences, you're expanding yourself. That's why you seem so different now compared to 3 or 4 years ago. You've grown as a person as well as in height. What about the first part of your question, which is about fitting in? What does that mean? There are 2 main kinds of fitting in. One kind of fitting in is about acting a certain way in order to be accepted. For example, if your family gets together with older relatives you don't see often, you might dress up and be extra careful with your manners. You would try not to do loud burps at the table. You would not announce that their home smells weird. And if they give you an itchy sweater as a present, you'd smile and say thank you, because it was nice of them to think of you, even though you will never put that sweater on your body. This kind of fitting in is sometimes necessary with people we don't know well, but it takes a lot of effort. It's not about being fake. It's about using good judgment about what we share and behaving in ways to help others feel comfortable. If we never move past this super polite kind of fitting in, we end up feeling very disconnected because there's a lot of ourselves that we're holding back. But with effort and time, the relationship might soften into the second kind of fitting in. The second kind of fitting in feels cozy, like being wrapped in a soft, warm blanket. This kind of fitting in doesn't happen instantly. It comes from knowing people well and believing that they know and value you. The more you have in common with other people, the easier it is to build this cozy type of fitting in. So, putting it all together, how do you fit in by being yourself? The answer is pick the right people and build the closeness bit by getting to know them and sharing your thoughts and feelings. You can't just walk up to someone and say, I'm going to tell you everything about me so I can fit in. Good relationships are two-sided. You need to learn about others while also helping them learn about you. You share a little, then they share a little. They share a little, then you share a little. And you do things together to build your connection. Each of you is testing the waters to see, are we a good fit? Even with friends you've known for a while, you have to keep sharing back and forth and doing things together because you're both constantly changing. You're growing, and your friendships can grow too. This has been Kids Ask Dr. Friendtastic. You can learn even more about friendship through my funny and practical books for kids. Growing Friendships, a kid's guide to making and keeping friends, and Growing Feelings, a kid's guide to dealing with emotions about friends and other kids. They're available through your library or wherever you buy books.